hopefully this is a kind of a ray of light in the whole situation, and maybe negotiations will be made about, certain things, and, peace will one day be with us again. But the aim of the deal is to secure the passage of grain and essential goods such as sunflower oil from 3 Ukrainian ports. Now, as we both know, sunflower oil is essentially a bioweapon. It's terrible for you. People should not be consuming it. So that could be where the suspicion comes from.
That's right. It's a little known fact, isn't it? These so-called vegetable oils are not vegetables at all.
No,
they're
terrible.
made from seeds, and they're made in a very processed chemical way.
Hydrogenated.
But the issue we've got is that they feed lots of people.
Yes, indeed.
The grains and the oils. And it sets the precedent, as you hinted there in your summing up of the situation, it sets the precedent of Russia and Ukraine making an agreement. And let's hope that's something we can build
on. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're missing your grains, aren't you, Diane?
I'm constantly missing my grains, but I'm trying desperately to get more keto in my life, because insulin levels. I mean, unfortunately, there are some countries who rely so heavily on Ukraine's exports of grain, and there have been 20 million tonnes of grain stuck in Ukraine ever since this all happened. And it's very hard to shift it because a boat can carry so much grain, whereas trying to get it out of Ukraine, sort of using the trains, it's a no-go, and the train tracks are even different between Ukraine and other countries. So swapping the grain out that way, it's just been impossible. So what they've done is Turkey is going to sort of police this as well as the UN. And obviously there was a bit of an issue because of all the mines in the Black Sea. And initially the Ukrainians were like, oddly enough, we're not going to tell you where we've put our mines. You'll just have to find out for yourself. Good luck. But now they are agreeing to steer the grain out, which is so much of a relief because there are some countries, especially in Africa, who literally get sort of 100% of their grain from Ukraine. Yeah. So this is really wonderful. But I hope that although this is a situation where everybody's sort of getting along for the greater good of literally the planet, I hope that there are not going to be any sort of other agreements as far as seceding land go, because the way that Russia has done this and bullied the Ukrainians ever since 2014 and claimed Crimea, yes, I hope they work together to provide food security to the planet, but not in the sense of Russia thinking that they could just take land.
Grasping at straws is this evidence, Diane, that Putin is softening his position because he doesn't have to make these concessions.
No, he doesn't have to make these concessions. And what is interesting is that he also said, oh, well, I hope that they also lift the sanctions on the Russian grain. And it's like, oh, yeah, we see what you're doing.
African. It's interesting. Such an interesting background.
Yeah, a bit multicultural, that guy.
But I take your point. Well, let's hope the détente continues